is going on, YouTube? It's Cons Vlogs. We're back with another video today, you guys. That is actually the star of today's video. We have some very, very exciting news. Todd, if you guys remember, I drove his C6 ZR1. He has actually hit us up. He wants to make a custom brand new exhaust for the C8 Z06 to possibly manufacture it. And he wants my dad's car to be somewhat of a test car. So that's what we're doing today. We're going down, we're gonna go get it scanned, 3D scanned, so that way they can start coming up with some designs that they're sure are gonna fit. I have no idea what they have in store, what any of the ideas they have so far are, but I'm sure it's great. So we are gonna take the Z06 down and see what they come up with. I don't really know what's going on too much. We've been talking about it here and there for a few months now, but it's all coming to reality soon. If you guys are excited for this, you wanna see the process, know a little bit more about how the exhausts are made, as well as wanna see a custom, brand new exhaust system for the C8 Z06, go ahead, smash the subscribe button. I'm gonna be making a series out of this, so this is part one. All right, so we're out here, all right. Basically, like I said, we're gonna get 3D scans of the car. We just kind of got caught up with the fabricator that is actually gonna be doing it. Guy is super knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. He actually is dynamic driven, performance and fabrication. He does a lot of custom exhausts. He did a custom exhaust on Braden or South Valley Photos, Gallardo. So he knows what he's talking about. This is gonna be super cool. My dad's pulling around the car right now so that we can load it up into the dock. He'll start scanning it and whatnot. But we've got big plans. It's gonna sound different than any other C8 exhaust you've heard. Like seriously, it's gonna be sick. Kind of crazy because these cars are really loud and they sound extremely good from the factory. Like genuinely, like they're really loud. It shakes stuff in my house when he cold starts it. So we're gonna try to retain the valves as well, and obviously keep it all EPA friendly and legal. So we obviously talked about different materials that they're gonna try to use. I think we're gonna stay away from titanium. So because titanium, in truth, is not the best exhaust material. It's not really good to heat up and cool down, heat up and cool down. He said he probably repairs one titanium exhaust system a week. So we're either gonna go stainless or he's gonna offer it in Inconel as well. Something that will just obviously be more reliable. It's not gonna crack, it's not gonna break, less issues. You'll still get a good sound, but he said if you do want titanium, that's always something they can do, but it also is harder to get a hold of, therefore it's gonna be more expensive, along with the Inconel. So we might just be doing stainless, but for me, that's good enough. I think it's still gonna sound great either way. And then hopefully we'll be able to clear up some flow, pick up some horses off of this as well, but I'm definitely more excited for the sound. I hope it sounds like an F1 car a little bit. That engine already sounds so good. I'm sure these guys are gonna do a phenomenal job. So this thing's dope, a Scout. You don't see too many of these. That thing's clean. But yeah, they got all the machinery here. It looks like they do most of, if not all, the fabrication in-house. So you've never had it on quick jacks either? Nope, never had it in the air. First time going up in the air. It's gonna be sick to see the under tray on this thing. There's probably tons of aero on it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Those radiators are wide open. And you can see this one. Has eaten all the bugs and rocks. So let's see under here.
The only use for a 7mm socket is all these under trays bolts on all these cars.
So it's all covered, flat as can be.
This thing, they have different levels of scanner, and this one's like more, they tailor more for automotive.
So we've got the scanner here. It's gonna be sick. So they're gonna use that to obviously get the dimensions of everything, make sure we can get it to fit. These are the stock mufflers here. So right before we came down, my dad was watching a video on the stock exhaust. After the cats and back, it was like 63 pounds of exhaust. I think we're gonna lower that number down. we got these little magnets up here, right here. So what that does is basically the 3D scanner will track where those points are and in between them, so that it can keep its bearings pretty much.
Millions of these little tiny triangles that kind of make up the image, and you can go in and select all the triangles, and you can remove them, you can move them. So usually what we do is, like, we find if we scan it with the system on it, we'll highlight the stock system, all the data that has, and remove it and kind of replace it with whatever we're building. This allows us to, like, see where the stock output flanges are, the tailpipes are, and kind of, you know, make the roadmap from point A to point B.
Yeah.
So what do the different colors mean on the scanner?
Green is basically, it's kind of just where, like, the data. So green is what it's scanning. When you go red, that means you're too close.
Oh, okay.
When it goes blue, you're too far away. Yeah, it kind of gives me the...
Dang, it's cool. It's cool because it's also, like, it's easier to see some things because it puts it on the black background too.
Right.
Like, it's just that.
Yeah, and it kind of plays tricks in your mind, because it, like, kind of makes it sort of see through. Like, it'll pick up
Whoa.
some of the stuff on the other side. You know, it'll carry the texture like the buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of just gives us our workspace, what we can work in, what the tips are.
So can you see the flanges in there?
No, but I picked up where the tubes are, so that kind of gives me a good idea
Okay.
where I'm coming in. Yeah, like I said, this was kind of just the most important space I was looking for. Just kind of give me, like, the idea of how much
room you got to work with. Yeah.
Especially, like, since all our tubing is mantle bent, it's pre-bent, so I got to work with a certain radiuses, and which, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with. There's a guy on Instagram. His name's Xander Guerrera. He kind of designed and patented this thing called the Z-pipe.
Okay.
He used to. He built the exhaust systems for the SSC Tuatara.
Okay.
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he designed that system, and he makes these 3D printed Z pipes, which they're basically like X pipes, but they have better scavenging and better exhaust mixing from both banks. And we're probably going to see if we can utilize one of those in here.
Oh, cool.
So, like, I don't know. So, like, the Ford GT I did, this is kind of the same principle. But you're basically, so this is the inlet. So you're basically mixing 3 inches of exhaust on both banks without. The problem with an X pipe is, you know, you're only, when they're intersecting, you're only mixing like 25% of the exhaust gases, and it basically just balances out flow. Whereas this is mixing 100% of the flow, the Z pipe design.
But no, the concept of an X pipe, though.
I get it.
you're right.
Yeah. So you basically have, you know, full flow going into this tailpipe and full flow also going into this tailpipe, and vice versa. So you're getting 100% mixing of the exhaust gases and way better scavenging. And the other thing with X pipes is you're reducing the diameter of the tubing where they merge.
Right.
So you're basically creating a restriction.
Right.
Whereas there's no restrictions in it whatsoever.
That's cool.
Yeah, so his is 316 stainless, so it's a couple grades above 304. It's, according to him, it's easier to 3D print with that kind of material. Like, he also does them out of titanium and Inconel, so that's the one he uses for like, you know, Mustangs and Camaros and stuff.
Oh.
But, you know, whereas the traditional X pipe, like I said, you're kind of creating a restriction because you got to reduce the size of the tubing where they merge.
Yep.
Whereas this is, you know, it's a full 3-inch cross section.
That is really cool.
So you'll just the actuators that are already in, you'll just place them in there.
Yep.
To use the
So
manipulate the valve.
Basically, yeah, stock actuator it'll work just like the stock system.
That's awesome. and that was Dynamic Driven. Fab Work Custom Exhaust here in Utah, Bountiful, North Salt Lake area. If you guys are looking for a custom exhaust, hit up Dynamic Driven. Super cool guy, very knowledgeable about what he's doing. And he's actually done a few exhaust systems for friends of ours. Lamborghini Gallardo, a GTR. He just put some headers on one of our friends' CTSVs just yesterday, actually. Oh, there we go. We got it scanned. He is gonna start working on the catback system, like right now. He's gonna start drawing it up, and we'll be in touch with him to get the catback put on, and then maybe we'll look at the headers, and possibly looking at some EPA friendly cats. But yeah, it's gonna be sick regardless. It's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna take it home now, and then maybe in a week we'll hear back from him. But it's gonna be wild because these cars already sound so good stock, like I was mentioning earlier. I'm excited to see what they can do with it. Basically, we went over everything, materials, the size of the piping. He's gonna try to be a little bit innovative with it because right now in the market, I mean, there's only a few companies that are really mass producing exhausts for these, and they kind of all sound the same. So we're gonna see what we can do about it. He definitely wants to take a scientific approach as far as flow and eliminating drone and all the good stuff. We're gonna retain the valves as well, the factory actuators, and then use their valves so that it basically has the same kind of modes that it does stock. But super awesome. All right, you guys, so that's gonna wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoy this process because it's gonna be cool. I'm really excited for the final product. It make the Z06 sound a little bit more unique, if you will. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think it's gonna sound good? Do you think we shouldn't mess with it at all and just leave it stock? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below, but follow along on the series to see what the final product's gonna be. But I will talk to you guys on my next video.